how cold it is up in the mountains, going to work, and then also within her that video. So I
Hey
will.
everybody, this is your girl, Miss Nicole Tyler. Let's get into it. Okay, our special guest, my special guest tonight will be the incredible, the beautiful, the talented, the Miss Articulated Queen herself, Miss It's Renee. Okay, my beautiful moderator, it's Renee. Okay, so let's get into this video she posted this week. In the beef sector, they got all the white people up in arms. Okay, got all of them smelling themselves and not washing their damn hair. That's just a joke and joke. That's just a joke and joke. Okay, I know y'all wash y'all hair now. Okay, let's get into it.
Comment when Seven said, something about knocking someone's head off, and then kind of under my breath, I was like, "Ooh, I'd love to play baseball," meaning I want to knock her head off too. And are you serious that you have an email that has my legal name and says Sotomayor and Coonan and FUA and blah, blah, blah? Are you joking? Way back in January, where you're accusing me of giving Tracy Seven's address. I don't know what got all up his saying I'm a liar. There's no lie there.
Reed did a video and had apologized for the way things went down on her platform, and I truly do appreciate that, because I do not feel like it was right. But I wasn't mad at her. I knew that she had not done it. I knew that it was not her doing. I know people have a lot of questions as to where me and her stand in life. And it's really nothing. It's YouTube. That's what it is. Okay? Reed did do a video and she had unblocked me, and I appreciate that. Speaking and letting them know that they can say whatever they needed to say about me on a certain part of everything. And it was fine. I said, hey, you can say my part. I'm leaving. Bye. Click the like button. That was it. Said I'm leaving. Didn't want any problems. I'd been over there watching stuff and in the bushes. Well, somebody decides to get on there. Lisa Mack. That's what I was introduced to her over the phone as. So that's the truth. And she went off on me for a whole lie and said that I had been calling Reed the Heart of Philadelphia the ops and other chats, which anybody that knows me knows that I call my husband the ops. I was going to reach out to Reed like I normally would have and been like, hey, that's not true. I never called you the ops. Called my husband the fucking ops. But she turned this into a whole race issue and told me to take my ass back to my people. I'm not supposed to call her all the fucking bitches and greasy ass motherfuckers that she called me, right? I ain't supposed to do that, right? The fuck out of here. Fuck that stuff. Me. There was going to be people that didn't fucking like me. But the truth of the matter is, it's a free fucking app and you can't stop me. Okay? That's what the fuck it really is. Shave my face and I can say, what up? And I can do all, I can say whatever the fuck I want to say about any fucking body.
And so can I, Tramp. Look, you dumb slut. I only have a few words for you that's familiar to you. You stupid bitch. You probably heard that all your life. You stupid bitch. You stupid bitch. You stupid bitch. Nicole?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, girl. Yeah, I had to put my headphones on.
Okay.
Okay.
So we got 5 more minutes. I'm gonna play the video for 5 more minutes, and then we will get into it. How about that? It'll be 9:45.
To be disrespectful, if that
You
makes
all come
sense.
on in the room. Come on in the room.
Because
Come on
folks
in the
said that
room.
you left
Come
behind
on
because
in
you
the
didn't
room. Hey, come on in the
like a
room.
white
So we can get the
woman
show
getting
started
roasted
in
in the
5
chat.
more minutes.
Maybe you need to ask my daughter.
I hear you.
I'm racist. Things looked a
And
certain
I
way.
will have
and
the
for the
telephone
most part,
lines
it wasn't
open.
the way it
Okay,
looked. I should
804
have just mentioned I had to leave
528
early
7766.
anyway,
And let me go ahead
because
on
we
and put
were
that in the chat for
expecting a
you all.
call.
Because you
And
all
then
should
I
know that
talked
number by
about the
heart by
call.
now.
Yeah, they should, huh?
Oh. Anyway, I really hope you're feeling much better, and that's the main reason I was texting you to make sure you're okay. Let me show you the end of the message, which is right there. You see where it was August 19th. Anyway, I really hope you're feeling much better, and that's the main reason I was texting you to make sure you're okay. If there is a mess expressed tonight, I'll try to pop in there. I hope VS doesn't bite my head off. LOL. This really sounds like somebody that's trying to make somebody look bad, right? This sounds like somebody begging for money, don't it? And here's what Nika said back to me. Hey, boo, I was going to text you to see if the mail came. I figured not today since it was mailed out Saturday. As for VS, she was confused by you leaving because folks said that you left behind because you didn't like a white woman getting roasted in the chat when you sit through black folks catching it. Folks made this about race when it was supposed to be a get-to-know German lady.
The infamous Carrie Cecil, honey.
Yeah, where is Carrie Cecil?
Yeah, Carrie Cecil, drop down in the chat, honey. Drop down. Defend yourself.
Right.
Where you at, Carrie Cecil? Where you at? 804-528-7766. When asked to call, okay?
Why don't you go somewhere and mind your own business? Why don't you do that, Carrie Cecil?
All right, y'all, we got 2 more minutes. And then we're going to hear from the lovely, the beautiful Miss It's Renee.
You're too kind.
Unpopular girls at school.
I know.
You are beautiful as well, my dear.
Thank you.
Be nice to people. Moderators aren't there to abuse and tell people. And talk
Now this
this
woman right here, this Christine, this Spartan man, she was just spitting out all sorts of foul language to Simone.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, she's still around. She be in Tracy's chat.
Oh, well, they all hang out in Tracy's chat, but we're going to get into it in a minute.
Stop bullying people. You're moderators. No. Anyway.
But I remember watching the video and you were talking about Mona. I just never heard that name.
You did that. You made it fight. You're jealous of every woman.
All right, one more minute.
To find something that maybe they're not wearing the same socks or something. You have to find something. Like you stalked mine and my husband. Shame on you. Putana. Like you call everyone hoes, you're the biggest putana. I hope you looked it up. Because that's what you are. You're fucking rotten to the core.
Wow.
Jealous. Jealous is an understatement. And you're jealous of black women. Everybody. It's Christine Lucas again.
Now she's a white woman telling a black woman that she's jealous of another black woman. How would she know, right?
Yeah, right. That don't even make sense.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, let me cut that off. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead on and stop that.
I don't need an army. Your exact words.
All right, Miss Renee, how are you doing tonight? Can you hear me?
I do hear you. I'm just getting off work.
All right, all right, all right. So thank you for coming on tonight. Thank you for allowing me to host you tonight, so you can get out your frustrations, as well as you all. You are my moderator, so you know that I've been having some frustrations myself going on my channel with these undercover white people who are in disguise in all of these doggone avatars and trolling my channel. What was your video about, and what is going on in the beef sector?
Well, yeah, I'm glad that you asked. Actually, the video is really a collection of receipts, very small, very minute, of really what goes on in the sector. And as you can see, I just wanted to show that there are a lot of Caucasians in the sector that likes to keep up a lot of discord. And I guess my question, and in my comments, I had a lot of bad comments. People calling me names. I erased them, and I had a chance to go back and forth with a few people. I don't know if Jeanette Hines is in the building, but whenever she comes in the building, I would like to know, because she has some questions. But on a whole, it's the fact of the matter of these white people in the sector is causing so much chaos, and they're being excused for the chaos that they start. It's okay for us to talk about one another and say, oh, okay, she, he, this and that. Okay, long as it's black, we could talk about each other. But once we talk about a white person that enters the sector and cause straight chaos, now we have a problem. So actually, the video was just to bring that out to the forefront.
Yeah, I believe that they are bringing a lot of discord and chaos. And what I don't like about it is because it is hidden. And what I don't like about it is bringing up and dredging up that white supremacy aspect of the whole damn thing. Now, the thing is when we do this to each other, we are doing this to make a coin. We are doing this to have our own little niche in the beef sector. And people know what we are doing because we are bringing out the receipts on each other. But when these white people are doing it, it is hidden. That's the white supremacist aspect of it. And then what they are doing is they are going behind all of our backs. They find some black coon person, which is Tracy and some other ones in this sector, but Tracy is the main one. And what they do is they pay her and they go and dox us and find out information on us. Also, one of the examples that I can bring out, something that happened a couple of years ago to Gina, Queen of Talk. I believe that was a white woman who went back and got some information on Gina, Queen of Talk, and found out her information and called her rental office. Now, chat, if I am mistaken, please say, Nicole, you got your facts wrong, and I will apologize. But I think that was a white woman who did that. And I think that woman went too far. Now, I know that some of us do have our issues, and it is the beefing sector. This is what we do. We entertain you all with our crazy beef. I'm not saying that it should be condonable. But it really shouldn't. But this is what the world is now, as far as reality television. But I do think that was a little bit too far for someone to call someone's rental property, rental agent, for that person not to get a job. I think that has gone too far.
I agree. And I guess the thing is that they're always excused. And that's in reality. That's in the real world, because we do live in that society here in America. This subject is such a complex subject matter that I'm trying to simplify it. So I did break it down into like some, I want to say maybe some different aspects of it, like per se, culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
All this has to do with culture. We speak of culture all the time. Everyone has a culture. We all belong to some sort of culture. And even being black people, we have a lot of cultures in the black race, right? We have
Yeah.
African, island, Caribbean, South American culture. It's a lot of different cultures in each race. Even in the white races, there's a lot of different cultures. So culture is a way of life of a group of people, the behaviors, the beliefs, the values, the symbols that are passed along by communication and imitation from one generation to the next. Culture is a collective programming of the mind that distinguish the members of one group of people from another. Okay. And so, I
Mhm.
mean, we can sit down and we can kind of like elaborate. A lot of times we'll be like, well, this is our culture and someone else is coming into our culture, a culture vulture, and they're taking our culture, which, this could be true. But the thing about culture is that culture never leaves you. You can go to another culture and try to um, swim and live in that culture. But the thing is that your culture is never going to leave. And it goes back into when the enslaved Africans came over, they brought whatever culture they had was basically somewhat stripped away, and they were
Yes.
able to maybe preserve a little bit of their culture, even as far as their religion, whereas they practice voodoo and things of that nature in Africa, which voodoo per se is not necessarily evil all the time, but when it came to America, the white society frowned upon it and made it evil. So us as people say, well, wow, that's evil. But voodoo is actually just a religion. And it came from the Caribbeans also. They still practice it there. So the thing about that, about as far as culture, we are a culture that lives inside of another culture, right?
Right.
Right? Right. Our culture is inside of America, which is really a white society. So we're like smack dab in the middle of this culture, you know. And it comes to a point that sometimes you have cultural racism, you
Yeah.
know, and cultural racism uses cultural differences to overtly and covertly assign value and normality to white people and whiteness in order to rationalize the unequal status and degrading treatment of black people and people of color and communities of color. Okay, so this is already all inside our society as where we live and as far as in our culture. And it's, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like when we do something as far as our culture, we find it to be sacred. Our traditions or what we may do for Thanksgiving, what we do in the African American, the black culture in America. And we try to hold on to our cultures as African American people because our culture is always being picked away. All different races pick away at our
But
culture.
what you have, and I agree with everything you just said, but what you have is the exploitation of our culture by the
Okay.
other races. And see, they take away from us. They don't want us to make money off our own culture, things that we've been doing from since we've been born. Since we've been here, since we've been born, it's in us, our own culture, how we live, how we eat, how we breathe, how we talk. And so when they see that they are really not a part of that, because in my opinion, just looking around from being here, the 48 years I've been here reading history, they don't really have a culture. And when they see powerful people like this who they have oppressed, and when they see that you have oppressed us, you have killed us, you have murdered us, and yet we still sing, yet the sunshine still shines upon our face, yet we are still blessed to be able to
Right.
take care of our children and everything. They want to find a way to degrade us and take from us. And so that's when you have the exploitation of our culture, to where they want to steal it from us, and not even pay us what we are worth, not even pay us for our culture, and make money off our culture with other dominating nationality and races. Okay, that is what they do. So I do agree with everything you just said. I just wanted to add to that.
Yeah, and I agree with what you said. Absolutely. Now we'll go on to white supremacy. Now, white supremacy is the ideology that white people and the ideas, the thoughts, the beliefs and the action of white people are superior to black people and people of color. Now, while not all white people may be racist or call people names out, out of racial names or anything like that. So not all white people are racist, but while individual whites may be against racism, they still benefit from the distribution of the resources by their culture. So they still benefit everything. You might be like, oh, well, I'm not racist, and I totally disagree with racists, but you are still benefiting from that. And I'm not faulting you for it, but you still are benefiting from all these resources. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. And in this sector, like I said, the biggest thing is that what you brought out is that it's hidden. It is hidden, and that is what in my opinion, why you mainly made the video to expose these people who are behind the scenes, coming into our sector pretending that they are black, hiding
Absolutely.
behind avatars, and they are donating and super chatting and cash apping us, and then going behind our backs and doxing us and pulling up our information. And then, like I said, they found a nice old coon, Miss Tracy, with the T herself, and to keep her on the payroll. And that is what they have done. And thanks to you all, my hearts and roses out there, people who have been supporting Miss Nicole Tyler's Car Chronicles. Thanks to you all who have been coming over here still. You notice that I've been coming out, speaking out in the last 20 or 30 videos about what I have been going through. And if you all know Miss Nicole Tyler, I tell y'all that I am one of the special ones here on this earth, because I have the voice of the ancestors who have spoken to me, and I have heard the voice. Okay. And one day I was talking out loud, like, why do I keep going through this when on my channel I'm not doing nothing no worse than anyone else? And so the voice told me, it said, Nicole, it is a spiritual warfare. These people don't like you. They see your light. They keep on coming into the sector. They're white people disguised as black avatars coming here to agitate me, to aggravate me. They're coming here to dampen my spirit because they see my light. Now, I'm so grateful that you did the video to expose these posers and these white supremacists in wolf clothing, acting like they are one of us when all they want to do is bring us down. They want, in my opinion, they see us as people in a zoo. And if you know the history of America and also around the world, they have also had human zoos where they had our people in doggone zoos, and they were looking at us like they were animals. So in my opinion,
right,
they do all of these things to keep our people riled up, going against each other, doing all these crazy things towards each other, and then they get behind our backs with their people, their white people, or whatever they want to be called, Caucasian, whites, whatever, Germans, Russians, whatever you want to be called. And then they laugh at us, and they laugh at us and say, look what I made them do. So we still we have that in our sector, and I'm just really glad that you exposed it.
Oh, thank you, Nicole, and you articulating it very well. So I'm gonna go on to the white supremacy culture, which is an artificial, historically constructed culture, right? Okay. It's what white supremacists led us to believe, like put in books, in history books, when we went to school, as far as how we know the world as is what they told us that it is. Exactly. It is and it is the glue that binds together white control institutions into systems and white control system into global white supremacy system. This systematic and it's wait a minute, I'm sorry. I'm like drinking something right quick. Hold on. Yeah, this systematic and institutional control allows white America to live in a social environment that protects and insulates whites from race-based stress. And that's the whole thing. When someone talks about racial issues, Caucasians, whites, they become stressed out, right? Because they're not used to race issues. A white person is not used to race issues. They don't have to deal with race issues. We as Black people and people of color, we're the ones that have to deal with race.
Right, because of the cruelty of them. Because we always have to, because what we have learned since we've been in this country, that you know, we have been placed here, we have been dominated, we have been oppressed. These people have put it in our minds that they are the master and we are the servant. They have also gone so far as to read it out of the
Real Law. Hey, Real Law. I had to shout out to my comrade out there.
Hey, Mr. Real Law, the comrade. They have also gone so far to perpetuate this crazy ideology out of the Bible to keep us subdued and submissive to them, so they don't know anything about this. Because when they read the Bible, they only extract the parts that where it says that they're supposed to rule and that they are the masters of a people, you know, or they are the masters of everybody. And then the people who are putting all this dysfunction and all of this cruel acts and beatings and all these things upon we are the ones who have to go through this day after day after day, whether it's with our job, in school, owning land. We can't borrow money, all kinds of things. We can't own our own businesses, all these kinds of things. They put up all these roadblocks to continuously to perpetuate this ideology that we are supposed to be submissive and subdued and to listen to them. And so this is what is going on in the world, and this is actually what's going on in this sector. When you have these people to keep on super chatting and cash apping, and they come over here and they thought, for some reason, they thought that they were going to be able to run my damn channel and my chat. Okay, no one tells Miss Nicole Tyler what to do. They think that, oh, I'm going to give her some money and all. Thank goodness the Heavenly Father then blessed me. Okay, I don't have to come on here for the little crumbs and little vittles, okay, that you all are trying to give me, that you all give Tracy to control her. Okay, and then you look up people's information, and then you pretend that you're cool with everybody when really you're a white nationalist, a white racist, who just like to look at people in a zoo like you're looking at animals.
Yes. Now, also, to add to that, you have Black people, right? Take Tommy Sotomayor. Now, he will take that money, which he has taken money from white supremacists, to talk about his own race. Okay, so they know that there is Black people out there that will take that money and that will degrade their own race. And the thing about Tommy Sotomayor, he did that with the white supremacists. And after they got what they wanted from him, then came the white women. The white women started paying Tommy Sotomayor. And then Tommy first was talking about Black people in general. He talked about Black women. He talked about Black men. After that was done, he went on to talk about straight Black women, because white women were paying Tommy Sotomayor to talk about Black women. They were in the background.
Yeah, that's what they do. They pull the strings. They pull the strings. They always have a gatekeeper. They always have a gatekeeper, and they always have a bulldog to protect them from us, their own people, their own kind. That is where you have that term Sambo, and you have that term Uncle Tom, which is used incorrectly, and I'm not going to go into that now. I advise you all to do your homework on Uncle Tom. But that is why you have that term there for these people, because they, like I said, and really, if you look at Tracy's behavior, and even if you look at Tommy Sotomayor's behavior, you will see that whenever you say something about these people, namely Carrie Cecil, oh, that's my baby. Oh, please stop. Oh, what are you talking about? You need to apologize. I don't need to do nothing, and I'm not apologizing for anything. I'm unapologetic. Get into it. If you don't like it, don't come come over here because I'm not changing my mind. This is what the show is called The Man of Nicole Tyler, and tonight it is called The Man of It's Renee. And if you don't like what we're saying, you can always just leave. Okay, so that you don't be offended, okay, so that you won't have to be tempted. Those ones who out there who are gatekeepers and put pit bulls for people who are not your people, you can just leave. Okay, these are for people who are strong-minded and know what the hell is going on and know that we are telling the truth.
Hey, she said it.
I said it. Get into it.
Get into it. Oh, now, a lot of times when race is brought to white people, like in this sector, like when I did the video, or when just say like with Sir Keen and the Gigi, she called him a boy, right? A little boy. Right. And she found it that why would he be offended for her to call him a little boy? Because he was very offended by it. He still is, and I think they're still beefing about it. But she said, "Oh, that shouldn't mean anything." Which she's a mature woman, a white woman that live in the South. She knows exactly what that means when she calls a black man.
She was on code. She was on code. See, a lot of white people, they are on code when they call you names, and when they have this racist behavior, and they like to act like it's all on you. They like to act like, oh, not me. What? Really? I said this. I did that. No, not me. Why would I say that? Oh, I know what the meaning of boy really is, but we know the undertones.
Absolutely. We know what the undertones are. And getting back to the Carrie Cecil, that is one of the characteristics when white people are confronted with racism. They want protection. They want protection. My feelings is hurt more so than what they've done to you is how they feel. My feelings are hurt, but I'm innocent. That's the white innocent. I'm innocent. I didn't do anything. Even though you may have receipts, you may have a videotape, you may have anything showing what they've done, but when it comes down to it, they're going to say they're innocent. Oh, I didn't mean it. I don't know what you're talking about. It's always that. And that's what's going on with Carrie Cecil.
Well, you know what? Not to cut you off, but I experienced that with Mr. YouTube Justice over there, YouTube Justice Department over there. And the
white man that wants to oppress black content creators.
Yeah, he wants to be the Jesus of the sector. And he has been a thorn in our side in this sector for a long time. And so recently, I don't know who posted all of those receipts on Instagram, but someone compiled all of his racist rhetoric that he puts over here on this in our beefing sector when he comes at us. And he comes at us to me, it's like a knife stabbing you, but it just does not hurt me at all because I already know, I know his kind. But he comes at you from a dark place of perpetual hatred for our people. He just does not see it. So when someone posted all of his racist rhetoric on Instagram, he was hurt by it. And I was kind of like in shock by him being hurt or pretending to be hurt, that white innocence that you are talking about, because he could not believe it. Oh my God, if my fans don't protect me from what these people are saying that I said, what you said these things, you've called people jobs. You even threatened to call my job because you wanted to silence me. But when someone gave you all of that vomit, dogs, they like to eat their vomit. When they gave him his vomit back to him, oh, he couldn't even slop it up, but he wants us to slop up the crap that he says about us. So I really understand when you're talking about that white innocent. He was in shock that someone posted all that stuff and he got to really see it the way we see it. And he was so, oh my God, I'm going off of YouTube. Oh my God, if my fans don't protect me, if they don't defend me, or they're trying to come after my job. I'm thinking, isn't this what you do to us every day? You just said that you were going to sue Fire Babe. What are you talking about, Mr. White Innocence? Go ahead, ma'am. I'm sorry. I can go on and on.
I know, but I'm just putting out these bullet points for you to speak on them. Now, with that, I'm gonna piggyback on that. It's like when black people choose not to protect the racial feelings of white people, that's one of the challenges where they feel entitlement to that. because of all the years, black people have always protected white people. I don't
Yes.
know, for some strange reason, that they always feel the need to step up and protect a white person. They do not need protection. They live in a society where they are insulated and they are always protected. They do not need your protection. And so if you
Right.
have a racial qualm about something, if you're feeling like, oh man, that was racist, or I feel that that was a racist thing that was done to me, or something like that, the first thing they'll say is try to play it off, like, because they don't want that discomfort. And that's the whole key to white people and the race issue. They don't want to feel discomfort. And that's what makes them feel uncomfortable about talking about race.
How do
So
you
that's
feel, about Miss Jeanette Hines? I think that is her name. Who posted up a comment saying that we are spewing prejudice and intolerance and racist rhetoric ourselves by showing the doggone receipts. Now, this is what we do with our people all the time, but when you show their receipts of how they're hidden and behind the scenes doing things to us, all of a sudden
oh Lord, oh my God,
back with prejudice and intolerance
I
and
know.
racism, and
Oh,
we're
you're
doing all of
horrible.
these things to them. Like, oh my God, you better not do this to them. You can do this to your own selves, but you can't do this to them. How do you feel about that?
How do I really feel about that? I mean, this is really sickening, Nicole. My thing is this: I'm not afraid to talk about race in front of white people or with white people, and they are going to have to learn how to deal with it. Is how I feel. Okay, I don't want to be pushed aside if I feel like something is somebody or something is racial to me, or some racism that happened to me. I don't want to hear that, oh, you're playing the race card, or oh, I don't see color, oh, everybody's racist. These cold words to throw you off of what you want to speak about. And
Exactly.
actually, I'm about tired of just seeing it, because I'm not going to allow it. Okay, I'm not going to allow a white person to do that to me. And I speak on Jason sometime, like what he tries to do in the sector with the black content creators. I've had some issues with Jason myself. So he's always threatening, like you said, to call jobs, to make you lose your livelihood, to discredit you, to slander you. This is what white people do in real life.
Right.
So this
is second nature to him and to them. See, what they are doing when you have these Carrie Cecils and all these other people who doing this in the sector, this is how they get down in real life. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna write a letter. See, the white chicks, Damon Wayans and his brother Sean Wayans, when they came out with that movie and they said, I'm gonna write a letter, this is what they do. This is how they get their point across. By if they can't, when it gets too hot in the kitchen, oh, I'm gonna write a letter. Okay, so we're going to threaten to call your job. And just, this is what you started. So stay here and fight. Stay here and fight. But this is what they can't do. So what they do is, in order to win, they have to manipulate your mind. In order to win, they have to get you to see that you're wrong and that you're poor and that you're desolate and that we need you, that you need us, that we need them. Okay, they have to do all this kind of brain programming to keep us in a matrix. Okay, so that when we finally snap, okay, I'm gonna write a letter. This is what we're gonna do.
Absolutely, but see, there's different points to that. So, like you said, well, if we don't fall in line, this and that. Well, segregation is one of the things, because they. In America, as far as things being segregated and things of that nature, and I'm going to go ahead and tie this into this sector, where black people and white people were segregated for a long, long time, right? Back in the day, and actually today, most of the time, black people and white people don't live together. They live in their own communities, right?
Yes, they do.
Right, and then when they go to church, they go to their own churches, for the most part, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just what they do. And so the thing is that they have nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose any value to cross racial relationships. They can be inclusive. The better schools are all white. The better neighborhoods are all white. This is what people always say. Well, that's a good neighborhood, because there's a lot of white people over there. That's a good school because there's a lot of white kids that go to that school. So they have no reason to really want to integrate. Why do they really have to do that? And a lot of them feel that way, where, hey, I don't want to have to do that. Well, I'll move, because I don't want to have to deal with these black people or minority people, And
don't. They don't really. The ones who have a certain financial, the ones who have a lot of money, they don't integrate for real. They really don't. You don't even hear from them.
Right.
To believe that some of these white people out here and Jewish, I said it, they have so much money, they don't know anything about no basketball players who got rinky-dink $100 million. That ain't nothing to them. These people we have so many wealthy white people out here. $100 million is nothing. It's like chump change.
They call the police on that black basketball player. Like, what the heck are you doing up here?
Right.
His neighborhood.
It's really sad. It's really sad that our people in 2020, that we have not gotten ourselves together to know who our enemies are. And I've recently said this on past videos, that everyone is your enemy. No one is your friend, not no one. I don't care. I know we have to go to our jobs and be with all different races and nationalities of people. But when it comes down to it, y'all, the truth is, when you are fighting for reparations, when you are fighting for just civil liberties, they are not with you for real. They are not with you for real. And a lot of times they're there just to steal the momentum from you, to shut you down. See, right. You all have to know the tactics of your damn enemy. They will come over and look at Black Lives Matter now. I'm not going to go into it too much, but you got to look at how they will take over what you are trying to do to shut you up. Okay, to shut you up, and then take it and do what they want with it. They will aggregate funds. They will get donations, or say it's on your behalf and spending money while you still out there fighting and crying, and your brothers and sisters are dying in the streets.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but just to go back to the segregation, how I was going to correlate it to. We have these conversations all the time. I know how you go. Only difference is that we're on live, but but the segregation, where I wanted to pull it back to the sector, is that it's like this, like. I was at Jeanette Hines or Haynes or whatever. She said, "Why is this called a black beef sector? Why do you call it black?" Now, 99% of the content creators are black in this sector. So that means I would say it's a black sector where black people are going to come and congregate because of the content creators being black. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Right.
But let me point out this fact too. Oh no, go ahead and continue on with your thought.
Yeah. So with this, it's like, okay, so you have white people that want to come into the sector, but that's just the way it is with anything in real life outside of YouTube. When things were segregated, I'll take Vegas. Back in the day, Vegas was very segregated. Black people could not even go on the strip, but they could perform.
Yeah.
And once they perform, they have to go out through the kitchen, the back door.
Animal in a zoo concept.
Right. And to me, this is what a lot of the Caucasians that come into the sector is for entertainment, true enough, but it's entertainment between us. We go back and forth, but they want to be in on the entertainment. But a lot of things is not for their ears, But
you got to understand too, with this sector right here, it opens the door for those kinds of people to be able to be racist. It opens the door for them to be able to leave snide comments in your in your comment section and to degrade you in your chat with colorful words and with a colorful avatar to make you think that they are one of you. And see, every so often, I've been on here to be 3 years for me in February of 2021. And what I have seen with these Caucasian people or non-Black people, what they would do is they'll be in your they'll be in your chat, they'll say nice things to you, they'll go along with the chat, and then they'll just out of the blue throw something out there. And the whole chat will be looking like, okay, where did that come from? You know, and you know that it's from a dark place. You know that it's from a non-spiritualistic place. It is those people. And once people jump on them, then they digress and they pull back. Those are the people who I'm always calling out because they think that I don't see it and they think that I don't know. And I thank goodness and for the Heavenly Father for blessing some of you all that are here tonight that see it and you call it out and you kick them out and you tell them to get the hell off of this channel. This is not for you. What this sector does is it gives them a chance to hide in plain freaking sight.
Hallelujah!
Because they figure we're going back and forth with each other. We're calling each other names. So they figure, I can hide in plain sight and I can call Tracy names and I can call Nicole names or I can call Fire Babe names under the disguise of this is the beefing sector when really they're white people just joining in to go ahead on and hurl all these racist comments. Okay, because when we're doing it to each other, it's not racist for real. You know, we're doing it from an aspect. Some of us are doing it for an aspect of just beef and sector. This is how we're making our coins as entertainment. And you've heard me say over and over again that when I cut off the computer, I don't think about these people. But see, these people hidden in plain sight. They come in under the guise that they're one of us and they're having fun doing this. But really, they really mean this. Really, they really want to lynch you. I said it. Get into
it. She said it. Well, that was a lie. I love that, Nicole. I love that interpretation. Now I'm going to go back to the segregation part because
go ahead on and stay on it.
Yeah, because I have my points.
You are the guest. You are the guest tonight.
Yeah, and well, just taking the example about Vegas. So when these stars left these casinos because they couldn't gamble, just take like Sammy Davis Jr., right? He was part of the Rat Pack and all of that. So when he left, he had to leave his friends and he had to leave and he couldn't even stay in a hotel. So that is called the west side of Las Vegas. And that's where they had the Moulin Rouge at. And it was a lot of Black casinos and things was thriving down on J Street, Jackson Street. I mean, it was like really happening for Black people in entertainment. And actually they stayed open, you know, late at night. So what would happen is that the white people, the patrons, would leave the casino because the casinos on the strip in Las Vegas didn't stay open 24 hours back in the day. They closed at maybe about 9 or 10 o'clock. So the white people would leave and go down to where the Black people would be because they couldn't even go to the casinos, but they would go down there where they are, where it was inclusive to them, to Black people, where they're having fun, they're doing their own thing and everything like that, and where they can't go to the casinos, but the white people can come down there and party with them. Now, the Black people probably didn't mind back then because I guess they were spending money and things of that nature because celebrities and all sorts of people were coming down there to where they were partying at where the Black people were.
But you know what? Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right, just real quick. And so some white guys and they had, I forgot if it was Joe Louis was just the front man. They opened the Moulin Rouge because they wanted to cash in. The white people wanted to cash in on that dollar that the Black people were making down there. And so what they did, they opened up the Moulin Rouge, and it was integrated casino where Black people and white people can gamble and entertain each other and have fun, right? So the city didn't like that. The other casinos on the strip didn't like that. So they gave them a hard time. They done burned the place down. So it was the end of the Moulin Rouge. So when that was over, them on the strip, they said, well, okay, we'll start letting Black people on the strip. And this didn't happen until like the late 60s, to tell you the truth. And so what I'm just saying, my point is this, is that every time that Black people do congregate and have something for themselves, they can't, because this is the way our white supremacist society that we live in will not allow that.
Well, they
Just
don't
like with
want
this,
they don't want us to have no fun. They don't want us to make no
they want to
money.
be included, but we can't be included in their uh entertainment or fun clubs, private clubs, or private sectors, or whatever you want to call it, because there's white drama beef sectors. You could
Right.
go over there. I
But
I would.
see, the thing is with that, Renee, why would they go with their own people when they have a deep hatred for you, and they can hide in plain sight over here, put on a black face, a black avatar, and pretend that they're one of you, and go head on and throw snide comments at you, belittle you, and degrade you on your own channel. Okay, they don't have that. Is too easy for them to go at their own people. That's too
Well,
easy.
that's true. That is too easy because they harbor this resentment. So they
Right.
want to come over here, like you said, like we talk about, come over here and cause chaos and giggle and laugh in plain sight and be racist and right in our eyes. We don't even see it
Right. It's
because
hidden in plain
they hide
sight.
behind these avatars.
But look,
It's hidden in plain sight.
to go back on your point when you were talking about the segregation and the Moulin Rouge and what they did. Also, it's a sad and a shame that our people has fought in all of the damn wars, and when they're not in this country, they're treated as an equal. Okay, you've had many of our men come home and say, when I was there, I didn't feel, like I was black. I felt like I was equal, or they got along with the other people. And then when they came back here after they went into war for this damn country, they have to come back, go into homes and hotels where it says black only or white only, or you can't use this water fountain, or you can't eat here. After they didn't help win this damn war, because trust me, they wouldn't have won the war without our people. Okay, so
Hello?
I wanted to add that in there. Just to add on to your Moulin Rouge part that you was talking about.
Well, yeah,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah. Well, they segregated black people in the military back then. They had their own different troops and stuff that they were in. A lot of them, they were separated. So it was segregation in the military also. I'm gonna move on to entitlement to racial comfort. Whites are almost always racially comfortable, right? They're always comfortable. Hey, we can go, we can do whatever we want. We don't have to worry about it, and that's one of the key triggers with them, is that when you knock them off their game and they're not comfortable no more, then it's like what you were saying earlier. Oh, it's not me. That's when the white innocents come in. Oh, it's not my fault. They'll turn everything around. Whereas you're the one. It's you. Just like in this sector, the receipts I had one of the females come on my platform and tell me that, you came for me. You're the one that did it. And plainly in the video, it shows how she's in someone else's chat dogging me out. I don't even know her. I don't know her, but she tried to start discord between me and the other content creator, going back and forth, until me and her will have a big beef, and then she can sit back, get her popcorn, and be entertained at these two black women going back and forth.
And it really did almost work, because that person seen that we had a little beef between us, and they just felt like they can just fan the fire, fan the flames, to make like you just said. I'm just adding on. You're actually absolutely correct. So that we can go against our people, we can just keep on for their entertainment.
Absolutely. Then you have the racial arrogance, where they feel like they could dismiss informed perspectives brought on by blacks. Like we're having this conversation now. I would like to see one white person come and step up and talk about this, because they're so quick to say, oh, we should have this conversation. We should have an honest conversation and this and that. Well, we're having one right now. Where are you?
They listening. They're listening. And guess what? They don't care, because like you said, what reason for them to care? They live, the society is ran by their dominant people. So they don't have to care. It's just something they say just to make us believe that they really care. Like Master would, okay, I'm not going to give y'all the hog tonight. Okay, I'll go ahead on and give y'all another kind of meat to make y'all believe and think that I love you all. Okay, I'm not gonna give y'all no big fancy house or give y'all no piece of land, but I'll give y'all some kind of Section 8 housing to make y'all think I like y'all. I'll give y'all something with some air conditioning. Maybe we'll throw in a little carpet or two. Okay, we'll give you a little dishwasher, to make you think, Massa love you. See, that's
Well,
what that is.
right. And also they have that psychic freedom, right? Because race constituted resides in black people. White people don't bear the social burden of race. Going back again, they don't have to deal with race. So for you to keep putting into a white person's head, well, this is going on. This is my plight. This is what's going on with me. They don't really care. They don't have to deal with that. And let's change the term. Let's switch the tables. If I lived in society that catered to me all the time and told me how great I was and I could do no wrong and all this type of stuff, would I really care about that minority, or that oppressed race? Would I really care? You ask yourself these questions because this is how they feel. This is how they truly feel, and they have to struggle with that. Oh, should I feel this way? I don't know. Should I feel that way about a black person? Should I care about Black Lives Matter? Should I care about them being, killed in the street? I mean, it doesn't apply to me, And
let me say this, and I don't care if it's degrading or not. Y'all know I'm not holding my tongue. It's a shame when we have to go out there and cry and scream and stomp and march when they see a dog on the side of the road. Stop and they see an animal on the side of the road. Oh my God, they gonna take out ads who did it. They gonna get billboards. It's gonna be all on the news about this one little dog that somebody then left or hit or something. But you got a whole 50 million black people who've been telling you all this has been going on. Your people has been doing it. If you care so much about a damn dog, and you are so detached from a whole damn people, so that lets you know that in their life they don't know anything about, or they, like I said, they're detached from, emotionally attached from our people until they need to be entertained, I should say.
Absolutely, and that goes back to saying being entertained, so they know what buttons to push, because black people on the whole are emotional, and so they can push in different emotions from you and get a reaction. Let's go back to like Jason. If he say this or call someone an N-word, he's waiting to see what the reaction is, because he's a puppet master. That's what he think he is. These type of things. Well, how can I get a reaction out of them? How can I do this? And going back to the avatars, as quote unquote, these black people that's really white people, or even it's the white people that's in the sector, that like to cause the chaos. They know that if they say this or put that out there, on the down low, they know that's going to cause a reaction from a black person. They already know that. It's like, okay, if I give her this money and she says this, take it like Carrie Cecil. Oh, okay, I know that Nicole is going to get mad. If Tracy says that about Nicole is going to get mad. Here, Tracy, I'll buy you lunch today, girl.
Yeah. They have done that before, and it's sad that they have to pay us to say negative things about, our people. Oh, you did that. You said it. And just like with you, Jay Wilson, he comes to mind. He's a huge flunky. I said it, Jay Wilson. I don't care what you think about it, child. He's a huge flunky. And if you all been with me for all these years, you'll know that their channel will be doing, okay numbers. But when I come into the room and they go beefing with me, their numbers go up. They get all this money. A lot of times it's from white people just to keep us going back and forth for their entertainment.
Oh yeah. It's all about entertainment, and that's the whole thing. I told you I was at a party. I believe it was at the 4th of July party, or it was a friend of mine's birthday party a couple of weeks ago. And it was this white lady that was there. Now, my friend, him and his wife, they were hosting the party. She goes up to him and tell him, come on, dance for me, entertain us. I was like, what? She had the audacity in this man's house, his home, is to tell him to dance and entertain her.
Mm.
Don't he know this? Don't you know he went off on her and threw her out and told her to get out of his house and get away from his, the property and everything else.
Yeah.
She was like, "Well, I'm gonna call an Uber." Well, call an Uber or whatever the hell you're gonna do. But it was just the audacity that was the privilege in her, or that I would say arrogance in her, to tell him that, hey,
that white
right,
privilege.
you dance for me in your own house. I'm not even gonna respect your home, even though you invited me over here. You put out
Very disrespectful.
Very disrespectful. And you turn around and do something like that. So I'm just saying that this happens in real life, but people do or whatever. Now I just stepped back and just looked at her, and I just really get tired of it. Now she played the victim. When she said that and he got mad at her, he reacted, because every action has a reaction. He gets upset. Oh my God! What you're saying to me? Oh my God! Well, what did you tell him? What did you say to him? And that's what gets sickening, and that's what really gets tiresome.
But see, you see that, this taking me to the Kardashians when they are called out for stealing any of our ideas and our inventions and things like that. And then once their Black audience, because they do have a huge one, thanks to Kanye, when our Black audience get on them, all of a sudden they're the victims. Oh, they play that white, oh, I don't know, oh, I did this, oh, I didn't know, oh, my daughter
the innocent,
I did not know, oh, my child is Black, oh, I'm paying homage. But if you were paying homage in what you have stolen, you will give it back. Or you will work as a team, because I have not yet. And if you all have heard this, let me put in the comment section, where we've heard many times that they have stolen things from our people. But have you all ever heard of them reaching out to their people for a settlement, or give them half, or giving them more than half? Have you all heard anything like that? I have never heard that. So if they have, y'all let me know that they've given back after they've stolen from our people. But they have that white, oh, I don't know, I didn't do it, I'm a victim, oh, I did it for this reason, why are you all coming down on me? If it wasn't for me, what you have, it wouldn't be out. Everything is to make them larger than you.
Well, this kind of like turning a little bit. Now you remember that we have conversations, about my grandfather, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and the thing is that what he had said, and I shared that with you, is the fact that he said that Black people are so forgiving. Now, disclosure, my grandfather was white, and when I was a little girl, I always found it really weird. I don't know, maybe I was a little weird girl or whatever, but it was the fact that my grandmama was brown, she was beautiful, and he was white. And then my mama, she was biracial. And then my daddy was brown. And then me and my cousins. And I was like, well, why we all different? How come? My thing was, when I was a kid, how come people all can't be one color? And I remember asking my granddaddy that. He was like, well, what color are we supposed to be? I was like, I don't know, blue or red or whatever. How come? But that's a kid's point of view. That's how they may look at life. And that made me be like, well, I don't have a problem talking about race. I don't have a problem when I see these white women in their tears and things of that nature. That don't faze me. That don't faze me. Just like the Amber that killed the guy in Dallas, when the judge hugged her and the brother hugged her. This woman's a murderer. How many murderers do get hugs?
I don't know, but if it was your people, you wouldn't get no damn hug. They were death penalty. They out there marching. Well, they writing letters. They don't have to march, but they gonna write some letters behind your back, and you're on the death row. Okay, or you life sentences. Ain't no hugs given to you. Now there are some exceptions, and they put all that on the news to try to soften our people, to make it look like these people have a heart. But we know really that it's embedded in them. The Bible even tell you that these people are your perpetual enemies. And I'm not just talking about white people. And yeah, we have to get along with white people while we're here. We even have to love them. We have to work with them, and we have to work together while we're here. But the way God sees it, or the universal creator sees it, as these people are your enemy. Okay. And why he says that they're your enemy is because they have taken you from your land. They have killed you, murdered you, sold your daughters as harlots and all these things. And that's why the Bible says that all these people are enemies of a certain people. And the certain people are us here in the United States as well as other countries. But for the most part, the Bible tells you that you just have to keep your eyes open when it comes to these people who pretend to love you, pretend to be your friends in your chats,
but Nicole,
your friends in the sector. They're not.
That may be true, but the point that I'm trying to make is why I'm switching it back to Black people. Why are they always so forgiving? Why? Why do you always have to forgive all the time? Can't you ever be mad and express your feelings and be like, oh, I'm upset, I'm mad? It's just the fact that, it's okay.
Well,
it's like, no, it's not okay. Even in the sector, it's okay.
We were taught to forgive. When it took there was a lot of revolts here in America that they do not talk about because they don't want to get us back like that again. They don't want to dredge up all those old feelings of the way we used to be. So they subdued us and to a point that now we forgive. It is something they have instilled in us. It is something that when that you're a racist. No, I'm not a racist. Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe you're not. This is how we have been bred to be. This is how we have been bred to be. Because we were fighters at one time.
Warriors.
Yeah, we were warriors. We were fighters at one time. So they did not take off the shackles until they had enslaved our mind. And so they have enslaved our mind to the point that they can, like I said, they can put us in the projects. They can give us bad foods and all these things. And if they come into your project or they come into your area and you look like you're gonna say something negative to master, get back. If it wasn't for this man, I wouldn't have a place to live. If it wasn't for this man, I wouldn't have welfare. You have some of our people even defending welfare, defending projects and all these things. You have our people, even I have been guilty of it sometimes. When I get frustrated, I'll turn on my people. Why do you have to do drugs and all this stuff? Why can't you just say no? Why can't you just be with your woman? These are things that really I should not even be saying because it's against my people, but it goes towards more of what they have put in my mind to make me say against my people when really they're the puppet masters. They're the ones who did this in the beginning. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it comes to that forgiveness, this is how we have been bred to be. This is what they have brainwashed us to forgive them for their trespasses. This is what this is what they have made us succumb to in this land here where we are.
Right. And in this sector.
Yeah.
What they do in this sector, we're supposed to forgive them. They didn't mean it. Oh no, all this. Whatever.
and if they're so real and they have a place over here, which you do, because I don't give a damn, then won't you go ahead on and make your pages or I don't watch your channels anyway, but go ahead on and use your face as an avatar. And if you got anything to say, say it. Why you gotta hide in plain sight? Don't do it. Don't do that. Just say what you're going to say. Let me see who the hell you are. Let me roast you, or when I used to roast, let me roast you the way I roast everybody else. But see, you can't handle it, and you can't handle it because a lot of y'all, I said it, are ugly. The ones I'm looking at that I'm putting y'all need to get it together. Then y'all want the other Nicole to come out. The other Nicole is here. Get it together. No. Get it together. I said it.
She said it.
You don't look good. That's why you're hiding behind these avatars, because you're ugly. Get it together. You steal everything else from us. Learn how to take care of your skin. I know you can't stay in the sun long, but stay in the damn sun as long as you can. Get you some color. Take care of yourself. Okay? That's why you hiding in plain sight against me. Because I would have roasted you back in them days. I would have roasted you to the ground. To where you would have had to really call my job because I called you ugly. Okay? Now, I've been called ugly by white and black people, and I'm still standing. So why you can't show your face and get called ugly too? I said it. So maybe this video will bring y'all out. Maybe this video y'all can show how y'all look and show your houses and show your feet and everything else. So y'all want to be on the same playing field as us. Because when Renee put the video out, all of a sudden you're all up in arms. But you want to be treated like you in the beefing sector. You can't have it both ways. See, you thought that we was gonna sit up there and be quiet and let y'all run y'all mouth and go behind the scenes and call rental offices and bull crap like that. Well, today it stopped.
Well, to me, it stops too, because with that, that gives them the right to say these type of foul things to Black people, to get a platform and be like, well, yeah, it's like some of them do. Gigi has a platform. Crystal has a platform, but Gigi has a platform, and she's always, Gigi's cussing people out all the time, Black people. Jason has a platform. He's always trying to oppress Black people and doing stuff over there.
Yeah,
so I mean, they have platforms.
But it's okay. But don't get mad when we come back at you then. Don't get mad and say we're gonna call your job and all this crazy stuff then. Because I'm not trying to call y'all jobs. See, that's the thing.
Right.
I'm not behind.
Right.
See, the thing is, let me tell you about Nicole Tyler. I don't care what y'all do with all them other people out there, but see, Nicole Tyler ain't trying to take your livelihood. So you don't need to be calling my agency or calling the nursing board on me like you have done. See, I don't get down like that. I roast you to the damn ground, and I do it until I get tired, and then I'm on to the next. See, but you all can't take it. Because that's that white privilege, that white tears, that white innocent, woe is me. If you can't take it, go on over there with your own people.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not saying all white people that's in the sector is, they're doing this and they're doing that, but a lot of them are. And see, that's the whole key to this. A lot of them are, and they need to be called out for the stuff that they do.
Right, and you don't need no damn gatekeepers and no damn pit bulls to defend you when somebody call you out. See,
like Tracy, Tracy over there, right?
Like Tracy, that's her baby. Oh, Karen Cecil, my baby. Oh, my heart.
Don't know that woman from a can of paint.
So, I mean, y'all ain't got to worry about me because I'm not going to be on this subject too much longer. So y'all better be glad I'm on here tonight talking about it because I'm going on to my other stuff I've been talking about, whether you like it or not. Okay. So get it tonight because I'm not discussing this anymore. I said what the hell I said.
What about the lines? You going to open them up?
Well, the lines are already open. 804-528-7766. If anybody want to call in, then you got a complaint, you got a dispute, you agree, you disagree. Nobody never want to call in because they can't, because they wusses. They don't want to call in. They can't handle me. Only thing they're gonna say to me is try to put me down. That's all they do. They don't never stay on topic. They always gonna try to say something about me or my behavior. And that gets a click up in your damn face. I said it. Okay.
Well, yeah.
But anyway, I'm not upset, y'all. Y'all know I get hype. I
know this is just something that needed to be put out there, and nobody's gonna be hiding and scared to call white people out for the F stuff that they do. Nobody's gonna be scared to do that. Because they full of it. They do a whole lot of old F stuff and think somebody's going to forgive them and it's okay, but it's not okay. And we're not going to take it.
We're not going to take it, okay? Y'all, we're not going to take it. Now, I've already discussed this before, when I said that it was a spiritual thing. These people try to come against me and come against my channel and everything. And then y'all sit up there, the people who are flunkies, like I just named two of them. See, I'll be over here getting the best of them, but you know what? They will never give me any money. Because, see, I'm the one who they fearful for real. They fear me, but they don't fear Jay Wilson. And they don't fear Tracy. And they probably don't fear JC. He's over there. They don't fear him. See, the people who they don't fear, they will give them all the money in the world to go against their own people. But see, me, I'm going to tell you the damn truth, so they don't want to pay me. I said it. Get into it.
Right.
Over there thinking they're making a killing and all this stuff. That is blood money. That is demon money that you're getting to come against your own people. And guess what? There's a higher power that's watching. I said, and I invoke them every night to see and watch everything that you do. Okay, so straighten up out there in the YouTube streets and all over. Straighten up. Pick a side.
Right. We said it.
Now, I'll have the phone lines open 804-528-7766. Anybody want to call in? If y'all scroll to the top of this page, if y'all scroll to the top of the chat, you will see where I did have the link if you wanted to come on. But I don't know, I'm on this Chromebook and it won't allow me to copy it for some reason, because I had to type in all the numbers and the letters and everything. So it won't, and I could type it in. Is there anybody who want to come on? Just say yes and I'll put it in. If not, we won't. We'll wait for a call or two. If not, we will conclude.
Okay.
I'll put it in. I did write it down, so I'll write it again. If anybody want to call in, if anybody
critical thinking is saying that jobs, they are the ones on welfare. They're, as far as statistically, they are on welfare more than any other race there is. As far as minorities, white people are. I used to work at a job and it was Medicaid, right? And they used to call in and they had like a scam. They would get paid to go to the doctor, right? As far as using their own car, they would get paid mileage and gas. And and so they would, call up and say, well, we need to get paid for going, to the, the doctor, whatnot. And black people call up for bus passes. These white people would call up for the money, and they were getting at least about $200 or $300 a month from Medicaid to go to the doctor. I was like, what kind of scam is this? While black people over here saying, well, can I get a bus pass and this and that? Please, white people are on all these type of freebies, okay? All the system, whatever it has to offer, they're on top of it. I didn't even know you could get paid like that to go to the doctor.
Well, see, I don't have that kind of bone in me where I'm stealing and robbing and scamming. See, that's not even a part of my makeup. And I would like to say that about majority of us, that's not a part of our makeup, but because we are in a society where we have been degraded and belittled and all these things, that we have to come up with ways to scam the damn system. But those people that you're talking about, this is just in their damn blood. This is how you can come over here and take over lands and countries and steal and rob and make sick and all this stuff over and over and over and over again, where you have imperialism and colonialism, and you still got slavery going on. You still got it going on, and it's not our people. And I'm talking about, we're a different sect of people. I'm not going into that, but it's not our people enslaving no other damn people. Okay. And I done told y'all these people are not your friends. Now we're gonna go along and get along while we are here. But at the end of the day, these people are not your friends. These people are not your, when your child is killed and murdered in the street, who is out there? You are out there. And you may got some stragglers. I said it's some stragglers that feel sorry for you. Like I said, they see a dog in the road. Oh my God, the world is in. But if they really was for you, you wouldn't even. If I'm not Sir King, no, I don't know who you are. No, I don't. It says
Sir King. Is that Sir King?
You want him to come? Yeah, I don't know if that's really him, but okay.
Well, that's him. That's Sir King.
Okay, you are the guest, so I'll let him on. Hello.
Well, he was in situation.
Hello, is this Sir King?
Yes, me. How you doing, Nicole? Hey, Renee.
Hello, I'm doing fine.
Hey, Sir King.
To add to the show tonight. Have you been listening to the show tonight?
Yes, I have. I have been listening. I've been watching things from afar.
All right. What is your comment?
Well, I'm just kind of confused a little bit because I don't know. I'm just gonna say your opinion has changed recently regarding certain things. So I'm just curious to know what galvanized this change. That's all.
Well, let me ask you something, Sir King.
Renee. Okay. Let's be clear. We're all adults here. Mm-hmm. Now, I've let you on my platform.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I need you to be very articulate and say what you want to say, and ask the questions you need to talk about, because because we all have changed. Now, do you need me to be? How do you want me to answer your question? So I need you to tell me be specific in what you are asking.
Okay, I'll be transparent.
Now, why would I have to mess up my video to say these things? Go ahead.
No, because I was being respectful of you.
That's not being respectful. If you come on,
Well, let's hear what he got to say.
Hold on, Renee. If you have a question, you ask your question. Don't come and talk about all this crap. What is your question?
What did I even say, Nicole, to offend you? Actually, I'm holding my tongue out of consideration for your feelings and being, reserved. Because before I've spoken to you and you immediately became agitated. So I'm trying to be respectful at the same time.
In my opinion, you're not being respectful, but I would like to know your question.
Okay, so basically, as I was watching this live, you listed the people who you feel are saying are agitating certain things against Black people in this area of YouTube. But I must say that you were a very staunch supporter of one of the people that was publicly leading the things that are going on now towards or regarding Black people. And I'm just we're all confused as to why did you change your opinion of that person?
Okay,
are you talking about Jason?
Yeah, because I need more information, and I also need more specifics. If he's saying that I've changed my opinion and all these things, I need him to be more specific.
Okay, well, you weren't talking about all the stuff that he was doing to people's jobs beforehand. That's one of the examples you listed. You didn't talk about, he called you a racist term and you apologized and accepted his apology and things like that. And now you're saying that people are over here doing that. So I'm just confused as why did you wake up all of a sudden?
No, I'm always awake. Now, when it comes to me apologizing for the N-word, see, people call me names all the time. I've been called names by Black and white and Mexicans and everybody else, but those terms don't bother me. So that is why I went head on and accepted his apology. Now, when it comes to him calling people's jobs and things like that, that is not no secret. That is not a secret to where, I'm just gonna not having, I don't have to have no opinion about it because it's a fact. When something is a fact, there is no opinion about it. These are things that he have done.
Okay, but at that time you were aware, and now you're, speaking out against them.
But hold on, have you seen what the topic is today? Have you seen the topic? Did anybody else in our sector that I kind of get along with, which I don't get along, no one gets along with me. Do I need to go on other people's platforms to say, oh, you all are telling the truth? I don't need to go on nobody's platform that really don't care for me. I have my own platform. And also, while we are discussing this tonight, what you may know is because It's Renee is my guest as well as my moderator, and It's Renee have done a video. And I'm discussing her video, and we are both discussing it together. What we have been seeing in this sector for the last couple of years. So, does that answer your question?
No, not necessarily, because I'm asking you, when did you have this epiphany to publicly speak out?
There is no epiphany. These are just facts. There is no epiphanies, and there is no opinions when it comes to.
You're not addressing the facts, Nicole.
Hold on. Let me ask you one question, because this is not for me and you. This is for you and Renee, for real. But I will say this last point. Have you been watching any of my last videos?
I sure did. I saw
have you been watching my videos since like March and April?
Well, you had stopped making videos from time to time, right?
But I asked you a question. Have you been watching any of my videos? Have you been watching any of my videos since all of the riots with George Ford? Of
course, I'm the one that.
Okay, well, why would you ask?
Would you let me finish, please? You asked me a question, and I'm trying to answer it.
But you already know the answer.
Oh my God!
You already know the answer.
Can you please let me finish?
I have a sudden epiphany tonight.
No, I'm the one when you put on your community wall. Okay, about when somebody sent you something about the gentleman in Aubrey. I forget his last name. the gentleman that died, I
Yeah.
was the one to tell you, or I put out there. I said, well, Nicole, why are you putting out a video where they're showing the past transgressions of the gentleman who had died? I
Yeah.
was doing right. So I've been, I've been watching.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you for me and you having this discourse. Now, Renee, what did you want to hear him talk about? Because do you have any kind now see you I'm not gonna go, I don't want to keep going back and forth with you because you and I really don't get along. But you said
That's
before
by
you
your choice, Nicole.
hold on. I'm telling the truth how I see it.
That's
You
by
and I
your
don't
choice,
get along.
Nicole.
But you said that when you came on here, I asked you a question. Had you been watching the show? You said sure. I said, do you have any kind of comments to talk about the subject? And you said yes. And it's Renee is my guest. So that
Right.
means that you and her have the floor now.
Okay,
Yeah.
Renee, how you doing? You can ask. I mean, okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
well, I mean, this is just in regards to, I guess, the live that I was in the bushes, but I didn't see all of it when Gigi, called you a little boy.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that to be so offensive. She's made videos calling you little boy, sir, queen, and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So this video that I made was calling Gigi out about another content creator, another black content creator that she was going off on and giving Jason information about and things of that nature. But let me
Mm-hmm.
ask you this: how did you feel, and how do you feel about what she said and what she's still doing as far as getting on Tracy's panel, talking about you and saying, "Oh, Sir King, I mean Sir Queen and little girl." What is your feelings toward that?
I think it's very highly disrespectful. And you can't tell me that she didn't know what little boy is. And let me just play dumb. Let's say, all right, I'm stupid, and I agree that she did not know what little boy meant. But her actions after she was informed was offensive was not indicative of someone who was contrite and empathetic to the hurt or, you know, harm, not say harm, but the offensiveness of that word. She then came back after that, exchange. She went in my chat and mocked me with comments and things like that and laughed. She even went then on Tracy's platform, and Tracy was saying about the way I speak. Then she said, "Oh, like a thug." Okay.
Hmm.
Then she came and played my content on her channel. Okay, because I don't know if she's trying to grow her channel off of this mayhem or whatever. Then, as you said, puts in her title and calls me a little girl. So in a span of 24 hours, I went from a little boy to a thug, then to a little girl. And then she wants to sit there and cry. Oh my God, I didn't know, I didn't know, I didn't know. But then when she was informed that it was offensive, she did not even take corrective action
So
to show that,
what kind of corrective action would you have preferred?
first of all, if you know that you offended someone, you wouldn't go again and keep saying derogatory terms about them. You would actually say, "Damn, I messed up," and I'm
Right.
going to show that I messed up by the words that I speak. I wouldn't keep coming back and mocking him and saying other things and calling him a bitch, cunt, all that stuff.
But
So
I mean, we're gonna have a discussion. I don't want
Well,
to keep cutting you off. Let me
yeah.
say this one point too, to add to that. Now, even though I accepted YouTube Justice Department's apology, do you know he has still since then had said things about me in a negative light? So so what you are describing, Sir King, is still, even if that person had apologized and then they don't really mean their apologies for
right,
real. They don't really
exactly.
mean their apologies. But see, you just like myself, I still is the bigger person, and I still know how this person is, and that person, all of these people are. So there is no, oh, you should have said something then. There is no expiration date on when anybody can say anything. There is no expiration date.
And that's why I never accepted her apology.
Oh, you didn't?
I
I
didn't.
didn't know she gave one.
She she went and said she was sorry and all that, but I didn't accept her apology.
I wouldn't
Mm-mm.
have either. I wouldn't have either. I mean, after she left your platform and did all that degrading stuff, calling you queen and little girl and bitches. I mean, it's like, really? And that's what the video was about, and that's what this video is about, calling them out for what they do, and then they have protectors. Like Tracy, that's a protector. Protect her, protect Carrie Cecil. Carrie Cecil's the same way. It's the fact that she don't have a video, but she be in chats talking about people like a dog, So about the same thing. But you called Carrie out also.
Yeah, I did call Carrie out. I felt that as a moderator, you shouldn't be going. Once you become a moderator, you are a representative of the content creator who has selected you as a moderator. So you relinquish your criticisms, your harsh criticisms of people who are on the panel and things like that. And I was on the panel with Tracy, and Carrie Cecil relentlessly made derogatory statements about me while I was there. I mean, vicious. Not like Sir Queen and all this. It was stuff that would, stands out. And then when I made something back to her, she ran and became a victim. And Lady Nika and all this other stuff got involved in all that. And I said, look, y'all can't have it that way. If she's swinging and banging, then I can swing and bang back. So don't sit here and protect her. And what I said to her was not even malicious. She said that I was boring or something like that. And I said, just like hearing about your stories about having to go to the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
But
So I don't know where she's going to the hospital.
Do you agree with what Renee and I talked about tonight?
I agree to an extent. I don't want this to be a divisive thing because it may set things back. But I do feel that.
Hold on. Describe. What are you talking about? Divisive? Divisive how, between our people and them, or?
No, I do feel as if they're hiding behind black avatars. I did see this. I didn't believe it at first. I mean, I did believe it, but I was like, okay, I can't really say anything about that because I have to see it myself, right? But then
you're the avatar, man.
But listen, I can't put that out there, right? You can't put something out there and be like, yeah, they are, because then everybody would get freaked out by the avatar. But then I saw something. That guy Max Garcia that was over there with Jay Wilson that said the N-word, he had an avatar of a black leg. So I was like, why are you, as a Hispanic man, have an avatar of a black leg? Because I would have thought that was a black person, to be honest with you.
Go ahead.
Well, that's what we're saying. I mean, that's what we're saying is that a lot of these avatars are not who we think they are,
and they're hitting in plain sight and coming against our people and putting negative, derogatory comments. I'm going to speak for me, what they do to me. Because see, like I said, they pay. I don't know if they pay you off, but they pay Jay Wilson and they pay Tracy off. Some people get paid to be their guard dogs and to keep up the nonsense for their benefit, for their entertainment. And really, what it is really a racial dig. It gives them the power to keep coming at you racially. For them to express their racial disdain for you, you're working for them, so to speak, you can say. And so that's what I have a problem with. The ones who got their videos and coming at any of them, because I'm not really, any of them showing their face and not scared to be themselves, I have no problem with you. But when you are hiding in plain sight and you're coming at me and you're going behind my back, looking up information and all this crazy stuff, I have a huge problem with that.
I can't deny that. I agree.
Yeah, well, that was question, Renee.
Well, that was it. I just wanted to, hear his take on that because I thought it was really degrading and it's still pretty vicious. And it's like, it was really kind of uncalled for. And so, I just want to hear his take.
Well, but the saddest thing is those who are being publicly called out are not even trying to educate themselves regarding the matter. And it's a little bit hypocritical because if we were to do the same thing to them, and Nicole, I know you have seen this, they then run to certain people and say that, oh, they're anti-Semitic or they're racist and things like that, when they've been doing all the F stuff and then some, but when somebody says something, that was the issue. So
Well,
that's
we
what I
know
have
who
to
you're
say.
talking about.
No, but even the whole Gigi situation, you're gonna sit there and say all the stuff that you said, and now it's the issue when people speak out against it. You're gonna play a victim. That's not right. That's not. Every time we interacted, she's been not every time. Hello, can you hear me? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, well, every time that not every time, but most times she's come to my platform, she's been very hostile and very disrespectful and yells. And I don't know if that is part of her temperament or some other ailment she may be suffering from, allegedly. But she's very hostile, and anytime I express any point of dissension, she gets riled up and just nasty. So,
But don't you
I
feel like
well,
that's
I think
good?
that she's an epitome of white supremacy. That's what I think about Gigi, because Gigi has come for a lot of Black content creators. She's come for Black YouTube Unlocked. She's come for 7 Stars. She's come for a lot. She's come for Sean Bradley. She just came for you. She comes for a lot of them.
And we're leaving out one of the ones what's that Asian lady? What's the Asian lady?
Cassie Jackson.
Cassie Jackson is another one who pretends that she loves Black people. Oh, my dad is Black and all this stuff. And yeah, we really called her out a couple of months ago.
Right.
She's another one. Has she shown her face yet at all? No. She's probably ugly.
Well, I have a problem with someone that don't want to show their face and talk about everybody how they look. I have a problem with that.
Ugly, Renee. A lot of people ain't good looking like us.
Ain't that right, Sir King?
Well, Sir King have to show this face, but I don't care anymore. But I'm talking about these people who are really racist and in this sector disguising themselves as Black and really getting their jollies off by coming at us in a disrespectful manner and using it as some type of entertainment tool, like we're in a zoo. And I really don't like it at all.
I agree. I mean, I can't disagree with anything you're saying. I can't. I mean, like I said, the point of what I have an issue with is if you cause discord, at least be empathetic and at least show some sign of trying to take some kind of corrective action.
I think the corrective action would be just not to go on that person's page anymore. You see, people who I don't like, I don't go on their channels. And to be honest, Sir King, let's keep it real. I've never gone on your channel for real. And so I do have a little problem when I do when I let you on my show. You saying you're respecting me? No, I'm really respecting you, because if you have come at me numerous of times asking me questions and things like that, when that is not the premise of no show. And I wouldn't, if I had these questions, that the ones you asked me tonight, or any other questions to where you have to do it on an open forum, you need to hit me up behind the scenes, because to me, these are things we could talk about off the platform. But when you have come on here, it's always asking me questions. If you stay with, I mean, I don't want you to say anything about now, but I'm just going to voice it that you need to stick with the topics and things like that when you come over here. And I feel like if you have any questions and things like that, why are you doing this now? All this stuff. Don't worry about why I'm doing it now. If you want to know the real answer, hit me up behind the scenes. If you are a person who really want to know the real answer, so that lets me know you're 50% genuine, you 50% disingenuous.
Well, that could be the same.
But I shoot straight from the hip.
Right, and I'm shooting straight from the hip too. The same thing could be said about you.
But I don't go on your platform. The thing is that you might be missing is I don't go on no one's platform and cause problems. I stay over here in my own domain.
Okay, but you are publicly associating with someone, and now you're doing the antithesis of what you were doing before. So it looks like you're 50% genuine and 50% unauthentic.
Yeah, well, it could say be that it could be that way, but I'm 100% don't go on your platform and ask you questions about anything.
Well, we
And I
come
don't
on
go
late.
hold
We
on,
come
and
on
I
late.
100% don't go on other people's platform and ask them questions because I am woman enough. If I have their numbers or emails, I can hit them up and ask them privately for a personal reason.
I don't have that information. So
Oh, okay. But anyway, okay, Renee. Anything else you want to ask Mr. Sir King?
Oh, no, but I do go over to Sir King's platform. I be in the bushes, and I just be looking and seeing what he has his like a little agenda that he goes and go off on. I think it's kind of cute. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, will anybody else want to call in before we get ready to go? Because it's been 2 hours, almost going on 2 hours.
Yeah, I just got off of work.
Alrighty, well, thank you for allowing me.
For tolerating me.
Sure, my pleasure.
Being a guest on the show.
Oh, you're welcome. It was great talking to you.
Great talking to you, and may the Heavenly Father continue to bless you.
Same to you. Take care. Have a good night, ladies. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, Renee. Well, thank you for being here. I want to thank everyone who stayed over here the whole time, listening to me and Renee get into this topic of white supremacy in our sector. And we hope that you all took what we were saying and your eyes are open so you all can watch out for this behavior and these people that are in our sector causing all kind of division. And when you see people giving out high cash apps and super checks and all these things, when you see people going at each other and you see them, oh, here's $50 for that, just know they possibly may be somebody who's really don't have their best interest at heart, or the person they're arguing with best interest at heart. They really just want to, laugh at you behind your back and really tear you down spiritually. Those are my closing remarks. Would you got any closing remarks?
I just feel like my video and this video needed to be made. We needed to voice our opinions and try to educate this sector. A lot of them don't want to be educated. They don't want to be woke. So the only thing I have to say is stay woke.
All right. Thank you, everybody. And you all have a great and rest of your night. I am Miss Nicole Tyler. My guest tonight is Renee. If you like, you can please share the video. You don't necessarily have to subscribe. Just please share the video. What else I want to say?
I enjoyed myself. I had a good time.
Come back whenever you see that I am live. Okay. And may God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Peace.